everybody. Welcome to Mahesh, the Armadale candidates campaign launch. I'm very glad you're all here. We're just going to do a bit of a ceremony of lighting of the lamp. So I've got a few people I'd like to ask to come up the front. The Honourable Peter Collier, MLC, Shadow Minister for Disability Services and Leader of the Opposition in the Legislative Council. Donna Farragut, MLC, Shadow Minister for Education, Training and Women's Interests. Alyssa Hayden, Shadow Minister for Tourism, Small Business, Racing and Gaming. And the Tamil Association President, Sassi. And of course, Mahesh. If you guys could all come up and we're going to light the lamp. So we've now just got Mahesh's daughter, Miki, and her friend Jin Wang, who are going to come forward and sing the national anthem. Let's give them a hand as they come. Take your seats. That was fantastic. So we're about to have lunch served. It's a buffet, so I'll go around to your table to come around and help yourself to the buffet. If you're unsure, the bathrooms are just to the back right-hand corner. You need to go. And in about 45 minutes or so, we're going to have some speeches, and also we have a great raffle prize. So if you'd like to buy some raffle tickets, please come and see me, and I'll let that happen. Thanks, everyone.
We could drive along an ocean reflecting the sun, or make a bed of green atop a wide open sea. Under a canvas of blue, I would draw ever nearer to you, to feel the dew on your skin. That is how it would begin. For summer is for falling in love. We could stay out late until the sun sets past 8, and the cotton candy haze mirrors the warmth of your gaze. Raise your glass to mine, and as we drink, we would look eyes.
Welcome everybody to this fantastic campaign launch for Mahesh for the seat of Armadale. For those of you who I've not yet had the opportunity to meet, my name is Donna Farragher and I'm the Liberal member for the East Metropolitan Region. The East Metro region encompasses 14 lower house seats, of which the Armadale district is part. So I'm really pleased to be here today with you, Mahesh, to lend my support to your great campaign. There are a number of very special guests with us today. First and foremost, Mahesh's family and friends who have joined him today, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have the Honourable Peter Collier, Leader of the Opposition, and I'll say a little bit more about him in a moment. Our fantastic, hard-working and very energetic member for Darling Range, my East Metro colleague, Alyssa Hayden. We also have pretty much all of our East Metro Upper House candidates, which is absolutely fantastic. So we have Phil, stand up. Often the East Metro members don't get a look at that. Phil Twist, Daniel Newman, and where's Greg? And Greg Hall, first this time, there we go. So can I, while I am here, I want to thank each of these lovely gentlemen for the amazing support that they are giving right across the East Metro region. It is very much appreciated by me and the party. I have the wonderful pleasure today to introduce Peter Collier, but before I do so, I do want to thank you as the local member for East Metro region, Mahesh, for all that you are doing. I know that very much family and community is very, very important to you. And I would say that the best candidates and the best members of Parliament have those two things at the top of the tree. I want to really congratulate you for the hard work that you have done, and for your friends and family who are here with you today. You should also be enormously proud of the fantastic work that Mahesh is doing. And I also want to recognise Nitin, stand up as our South Metro candidate. Now I appreciate that we're in East Metro, but I do want to acknowledge Nitin as well, because you are doing a fantastic job in South Met, but I know that you're also giving strong support to Mahesh as well, so I very much appreciate that. And I think it is important to recognise that there are a number of people here today who want to support you, Mahesh, and one of those people is Peter Collier. So Peter Collier is, of course, the Leader of the Opposition in the Legislative Council. But he has had a very long and distinguished career in our state parliament. Throughout the entire term of the Barnett government, he held senior positions. Most notably, I think that we will all remember him most for is as our Education Minister. And he undertook significant reforms that will stand the test of time and are actually a very strong legacy that he has, and they are achievements that he should be very proud of, but we as a Liberal Party should always be very proud of. Also, Peter is a very strong mentor and supporter of members of Parliament and candidates. Peter's actually a member for the North Metro region, so he's taken a bit to travel all this way, but it's that support for him to come here today and to give his support to you, Mahesh, is absolutely fantastic, not just only for Mahesh, but me as a member for the East Metro region and all of the candidates here today. So thank you, Peter, and I'd ask you to come up and officially launch the campaign.
campaign. That's good. Thank you very much, Donna, and thank you for that introduction. And Mahesh, congratulations, mate. It's really, really good. Look, this is exactly what the Liberal Party is all about, guys. It really is. The fact that you come out here on a Sunday in what is an excruciatingly difficult election climate is testament to you. So thank you so much for your commitment to the cause and particularly for your commitment to Mahesh. Now, can I just say at the outset, I'm a strange breed, I'm a political animal, have been all my life. I've been in the Liberal Party since I was 16 years of age, handed out my how to vote card in Kalgoorlie when I was 16, back in 1975, so that tells you, right? As well as giving my age away, it tells you how long I've been involved. So dozens and dozens of campaigns, lifelong Liberal. And I'm a Liberal for all times, not just the good times. Yes, Donna said, you know, I'm proud and privileged to have been a minister in the Barnett government for 9 years for energy, training, workforce development, Aboriginal affairs, education, and leader of the government in the upper house. And that was a wonderful, wonderful privilege. Now, tides turn in politics, and that's what's happened at the moment. And of course, we face the prospect of a very difficult election, based almost exclusively upon something that is external to everyone. It's external not only to Mark McGowan, but to us. And that is something called an international pandemic. That has made it difficult. But you never ever go weak at the knees when you face adversity, particularly in political terms. You're not just a Liberal when we win, just like saying you vote for, you support the Eagles, but only when they win. What sort of people would we be? What sort of moral fabric would we have as a society if we didn't stand for something, we didn't believe in something? And as Liberals, we believe in limited government. We believe in the individual. We believe in lower taxes. That's fundamentally what we believe in. It's certainly what I believe in. I like to think it's what you believe in. So we don't believe in those things just when the times are good. We believe in those things every single day. So when we're in government, of course, we're very, very proactive. We do things. I'm so proud to have been a government that built the stadium, that built Elizabeth Quay, that built the Scarborough Foreshore, that built the Perth City Link, that built or redeveloped 8 hospitals. I'm absolutely delighted as a lifelong educator that we instituted the independent public school system to empower local communities to be part of their child's education. That's what we did, guys. As Liberals, we did that. And we've got a bright future ahead of us. We've got a bold vision and plan ahead of us, which we can take to the West Australian public. And we've got to go out there and keep on getting that message out there. Now, can I say at the moment, as I said, even given the current challenges with the climate, you never ever go weak at the knees when you're faced with adversity. And that's why every single person in this room is significant. I am no more significant than anyone sitting out here in front of me right now. Mahesh has put his hand up. He's bold, he's courageous, he's put his hand up. Well done, mate. Now, can I say to each and every one of you, every single minuscule thing that you can possibly do to assist this man in Armadale is appreciated. Every single thing, every single person, I'm talking to you as an individual, every single thing you can do for Mahesh is significant. If you can help him to hand out some pamphlets, that's significant. If you can donate $2, $5, that's significant. Because remember, $5 to a pensioner is exactly the same as $10,000 to a millionaire. So if you can afford that, that is wonderful. That is magnificent. If you can stand on a polling booth for 2 or 3 hours, or 4 hours, or 5 hours on the 13th of March, that is significant. Because Mahesh has got his photo all around this room, and that's because he's been so bold enough to say, I'm a committed Liberal, I'm going to support the values of the Liberal Party, and I want to represent the Liberal Party in the Parliament. So as his valued family and friends and supporters, can I say to each and every one of you, please do not, under any circumstances, underestimate the value that you can contribute to this campaign. You are just as significant as anyone else. So please support Mahesh to as much as you possibly can. And that brings me to Mahesh, the man himself. And he is exactly what the Liberal Party is all about. Our great founding father, Sir Robert Menzies, talked about this broad church. A lot of people like to pigeonhole us and say that we're just the party of business. You know, we're the party of the big end of town. That couldn't be further from the truth. I'm a grocer's son from Kalgoorlie. I wasn't born into a life of privilege. Any of our candidates and members that are here today weren't born as a matter of privilege. They're people with life skills. They're people that actually value add to the Liberal Party, to the Parliament, to the decision-making capacity of our party. And that's exactly what Mahesh does. Right? Born in India, hardly from a land of privilege. Born in India, educated through a mechanical engineering degree in the United Kingdom, became a project manager in Singapore, moved to Western Australia, worked in the oil and gas industry, married with 2 daughters. What a wonderful tapestry, what a wonderful life that you can actually bring and value add to the Liberal Party. Then of course he moves on and can say, what could you do? Nothing better, nothing more proactive, and for the individual, they move into a news agency, a small business. That's what Mahesh is. So he brings all of those qualities. So when he's standing in the Parliament, ultimately, when he's standing in the Parliament and he's talking about things, he's not talking about anything because he's been a member of a union for his entire life. He's not talking about things because he's had a narrow-minded approach to one particular theatre or facet of life. He's doing it because he brings this enormous amount of life skills with him. And that's why he speaks from experience. So I'm delighted to launch the campaign today on behalf of Mahesh. It doesn't matter whether we're in Armadale or whether we're in Dalkeith, we're Liberals. And Armadale is just as significant to me as a committed Liberal as Netherlands. It is just as significant, you know, and that's what we're all about, guys. Remember, always remember what you're doing it for. You're doing it for the Liberal Party, but in Armadale you're doing it for Mahesh. So thank you so much for your contribution. And as always, I'll leave you with 3 little things as to why you should vote Liberal this time. I do it every time, and it's just as pertinent now as it was the time I did it 300 times ago. And that is why you should vote Liberal in Armadale this time. Number 1, because we are the party that provides the best opportunities for every single Western Australian and Australian. The second reason you should vote Liberal is because we are the party that is taking to this election an enormous amount of vision for the future, not just how to get out of COVID, but for the future. And the third reason you should vote Liberal in this election is you should always vote Liberal. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming me. Thanks for Peter College giving a fantastic introduction to me. I believe everyone knows me. Still, I give some introduction. I'm Mahesh Arumugam, Liberal for Armadale. I welcome all Honorable Peter College, MLC Shadow Minister, Disability Service, Honorable Donna Farragut, MLC Shadow Minister for Education and Training, Women's Interest, Honorable Alisa Hayden, MLA Shadow Minister for Tourism, Small Business, Racing and Games, Honorable Nitin Vision, Liberal for South Metro Region, and my fellow peoples, everyone, my good afternoon to you. Okay, just a brief, already Peter Colley told about me. I'm going to share a few things about me now. After completing my bachelor degree in mechanical engineering, worked as a project engineer in Singapore. After moved to Australia, started my career in retail instead of engineering. There's a reason behind it. I will share it to you guys now in a few minutes time. And now I became a small business owner. That's the current situation to me. During those time and until today, people struggling with a lot of problems in Armadale. Especially, I just bring in few things now. Possibly like increasing crime rate in Armadale, unemployment rate in Armadale, and improving transportation, and improving the small business. So these are the few criteria I'm going to discuss with you today. As you know, like increasing crime rate, I bring a statistic today. As per the statistic until 2020 December, so far 4,484 cases. Okay, it's a crime rate I'm talking about. But when you compare this with the 2010, the crime rate is almost doubled now. So that is the achievement from government. You must know that first. Okay, and the unemployment rate, I have the statistic here. City of Armadale I want to talk about is 20.1% until last year. I think this is one of the highest unemployment rate ever recorded in Armadale. Okay, and transportation. This topic actually I didn't bring it up. It's from the people. Most of the people spoke about that. Like there is a lack of transportation, especially like the pricing is a big issue. And next I go on to the small business. So I think the small business during this COVID-19, we cannot take it as an account, but still it's around 90% of the shoplifting is not actioned by the police. That's what the complaint I received from the retailers. The reason behind is like as Zach told 1 month ago, it's about like lack of police force. That's the reason why we want to add in more police force. So during this time, okay, as I said, I'm a small business owner. I just done some research. What I have done, what I need to do. I cannot complain as like a normal people and go. So I decided to join in politics in 2017. So that time I was going through all the policies of the parties like Labour, Liberal, even the Green and all. But I think only the party that can think about the people, they can make the policy for the people is Liberal. So I decided the answer and the solution for this problem is only Liberal. So I started the journey with them. I believe and trust that Liberal Party is the only party that can save our nation. Okay, that is the main thing I'm thinking about. Few things, and after that, like I want to share about what are the issues currently I've spoken to you. How Liberal going to tackle that? Okay, so I just made a small slide for you guys. As you see here, Liberal committed support for the local business and bringing back the manufacturing in WA. That's a fantastic thing. So even the energy job plan, they have it at the place now. And we move on to the unemployment rate. Nearly Liberal promising currently 200,000 of local jobs. 200,000, just believe it. Okay, it's not about just a promise. This is the practical thing they are talking about. Where the labor is paid on. Okay. Then we thinking about the police force. I want to say about. Okay, it's about $500 million we promised to spend for the police force, and 1,200 more police we're going to add it. That's the major issue. As I had it as a retail owner, most of the shoplifting not acknowledged by the police, apart from the reference number and the insurance. Then another issue is like transportation. You see the fantastic promise, actually I love it as an engineer. This plan is to use the hydrogen as a fuel. How good it is. It's like carbon emission is the biggest issue all over the world currently. So as we're promising now, like hydrogen bus going to be a transportation, I hope most of the technical people know what is the real thing behind it. Okay. And also there is another promise come on, like for the students and the senior citizens, there will be a free of transportation cost. That's really a fantastic things as we have. So now I am in the conclusion I want you people to think about. Okay, Liberal is the only party that can think about you. Okay, think about the transportation, think about your local business, think about everything. Okay, now is the time for you guys to think about. Okay, and you need to give a big support. That's what I wanted. We are just living a life. It's not about struggling here. So please think before you vote. Your every vote going to make a big change. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for a fantastic presence here. As the last, like Mentor Sullivan, our senator, want to present a welcome speech for you guys today. as he can't able to make it today. So I'm going to play in behalf of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Matt O'Sullivan. I'm a Senator for Western Australia, and it's my great pleasure to be able to deliver this message to you today. Firstly, I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there with you in person. I'm actually, as we speak, as you're there, I'm flying over to Canberra for the first sitting week of the year. But I just wanted to just thank Mahesh very much indeed for standing up and stepping up as the candidate for Armadale for the Liberal Party at this state election. We need exceptional candidates in every parts of our state being prepared to fly the Liberal flag and really represent the Liberal Party across their electorates. And Mahesh has taken this on with great esteem and a huge amount of enthusiasm. So I just really acknowledge that and the effort that's been put in by the campaign team and everyone involved, and wish them the very, very best. Here at this launch today, there's no doubt some real anticipation and excitement for the campaign, and I just thank each and every one of you as well for turning up and being part of this and helping to provide the momentum that's necessary to ensure that we've got a really good showing at this state election. So thank you everyone for being involved, and all the very best, Mahesh. I look forward to joining you on the campaign trail soon out there in Armadale, and wish you the very, very best coming up to March the 13th.
Authorised by Matt O'Sullivan, Liberal Party, Perth.
Hello everyone. There's a fantastic performance going to be happening now. It's called Tappatam. It's performed with the drum, which is mother for all the drums. And it brings positive vibration, that's what we believe in. So the performance for you now.
have everyone's attention one more time, if that's okay. Look, can I just again thank each and every one of you for being here today and for being part of this campaign launch. I know that it means a lot to Mahesh and to his family and his campaign team. And can I just thank his family very much? They're probably not seeing a lot of him at the moment, so I want to thank you for giving us Mahesh. There's 3 weeks to go, but I want to thank you very much for the support that you're giving as well, very much. So to end the day, we have a raffle prize. This is the important job of being a member of parliament. You've got to know how to do a good raffle. So here you go, Mahesh, go, you pull it out. It's purple, B5.